A story of a tragedy made by Houthi rebels in Yemen. The main events and crimes committed by the Houthi rebel militia since its coup against the legitimate authority in Yemen in September 2014. The coup against both the legitimate authority in Yemen and the will of the Yemeni people carried out by the Houthi coup militia in September 2014. The bitter harvest of the Houthi rebel militia coup against the legitimate authority and the will of the Yemeni people 2014 to 2022. 1.5 million mines planted by the Houthis in Yemen until Yemen became the largest region in the world after World War II, where this huge number of mines were planted. The mine victims are tens of thousands of dead, wounded and disabled, of which many are women and children. The death toll from the war triggered by the Houthi coup against the legitimate authority in Yemen has reached more than 500,000 dead so far. The number of displaced people who were forced to leave their homes and cities in Yemen has reached more than 4 million. More than 10,000 children have been killed in the war since 2015. The Houthis have recruited thousands of children into their futile war, and the result was the fall of thousands of them as victims of that war. The demolition of education and changing the identity of the Yemeni people. As a direct result of the Houthi coup against the legitimate authority and the declaration of their absurd war on the Yemeni people, Yemen has become the largest gathering of the poor in the world. The siege of Taiz Governorate, which has 4 million people. The Houthi coup militias have besieged Taiz Governorate, including the city, since 2015 till 2022. The Houthis did not abide by the truce agreement that obliges them to open the main roads of Taiz city. Houthis accused of smuggling tons of narcotic drugs to Yemen and to neighbouring countries. Bitter harvest. In a report issued in April 2019 by the United Nations Development Programme, Yemen will not achieve any of its sustainable growth goals until 2030. Yemen would not have achieved any of the sustainable development goals by 2030, even in the absence of conflict. The conflict has already set back human development by 21 years. If the conflict were to end in 2022, development would be set back 26 years, over 1 generation. If the conflict continues through 2022, the loss in economic output would be $181 billion. If the conflict continues through 2022, the loss in economic output would be $657 billion. The long-term impacts of conflict are vast and place it among the most destructive conflicts since the end of the Cold War. Position of the international community on war in Yemen. All international envoys to Yemen have managed the war and conflict file without showing their ability to end the roots of the conflict and eliminate its causes. The agreements that the international envoys draw between the legitimate authority and the Houthi coup militia. There is a narrative adopted by the international community about the war in Yemen that perceives Yemen as an arena for terror and terrorist activities, and that washes away the crimes committed by the Houthis as a legitimate confrontation front against the supposed terrorism.